How about now? Do we have sound now? Yes? No? Yes? Okay, cool. I'm an idiot. I forgot to turn on the mic. So that's my stupid fault. So what we're doing right now, guys, is the boat is fishable at the moment. We got the trailer tires. We got I just got to charge the battery up, but you know that'll be for a little bit later. But what I'm doing now is I'm getting everything ready because I've had flooring for the boat for a few months now, and original carpet in the boat is just trash. I bought this boat from Arizona, and it sat uncovered in the sun for so long that it just, it ate the carpet. It's all sun faded and coming apart. So I've got some new EVA foam flooring that say, hey, Cindy, welcome in. You know you're big and you made it to the freaking big leagues when Cindy joins in and hangs out in your chat. But I'll show you what I'm putting in for flooring on the boat. And I think these colors will play well off of each other. So I'm putting in this stuff. It's the EVA foam, sticky back flooring. But I really think that I don't know, what do you guys think? You think these colors are going to play well together? Let me see if I can get a better little angle of it here where it meets up. So I think that black and gray with the blue is going to look sick. But we'll see. It might look like shit. Who knows? But right now we're just getting this thing done. I was going to go fish today, but the wind is just so freaking bad that it's not even worth. Hey, what's up, Yummy? It's not even worth going out. I mean, I can fish in the wind. I have no problem fishing in the wind. But my home lake, when the wind comes up on that lake, there's no getting away from it. And I cannot stay on anchor in that lake, in the boat. And right now there's like 4 places to shore fish it. And I don't want to go fish the same 4 spots that everybody else is shore fishing that lake. So very low volume. What the fuck, man? Let me see if turning my volume on my phone up works. Does that help any? Does that do any better? This is an old Stratus 282. It's a 97 Stratus. I bought it for $3,000 from a dude in Yuma, Arizona. He originally had it listed for $6,000, and no, that did not help. I don't know what's with the volume. Yeah, it's a bass boat. It's definitely a bass boat. Yeah, it's a bass boat. There's videos and stuff on my channel of the boat. There's actually a short, I think, from the day I picked it up. But I saw this thing on Craigslist, and it was over in Arizona, which is Yuma, Arizona is only an hour and 20-minute drive for me. So, because I'm closer to, I'm on the far edge of San Diego County. So, I'm closer to Arizona than I am to like downtown San Diego. But I saw this thing listed for $6,000, and yeah, I'm putting down new flooring. So this thing was listed for $6,000. I called the guy, talked to him. He gave me a little information on it. He really wasn't good with what information he had. Dude bought it and had no idea. Hey, hunting and stuff. Yeah, I tore up the carpet on the front here, on the bow. Most of it. The one deck box still has carpet on it. I gotta yank out, but I'm gonna be putting this EVA foam up here rather than the carpet. I got a whole bunch of this stuff for free. I got enough to do the boat like twice. But anyway, when I originally bought this, I had called the guy from his Craigslist ad. Well, I sent him a message through the Craigslist ad, and he got back to me, gave me a little bit of info, told me he didn't know much about it. He had bought it for his family. It turned out it wasn't their thing. They didn't enjoy the boat. He didn't know how to take care of it or do any of the maintenance on it. And, you know, it was his first boat. It was way too much for him. So I told him, you know, I said, hey, for $4,000, I'll make the drive to Yuma. And he said no. He said he was solid at 6. So I let it at that. Figured, okay, he's not gonna budge. A couple days later, he emails me back and he says, "Man, will you come over for 5?" And I stuck to my guns. I told him no. I'm not driving over there for $5,000. You know, it's not worth it. I could find something here for the same price, whatever. So he says, "Well, what about 4,500?" And I said, "No, I'm not going to make that drive for a penny more than $4,000." And the guy goes, "Okay, fine, $4,000, it's yours." So drove over there the next day, knocked on the guy's door. You know, I pulled up to the house, saw the boat sitting out front, did a little walk around on the boat, kind of picked out some things that were wrong already, minor cosmetic shit. But the guy answers his door when I knock on the door. And the very first thing he said, he didn't introduce himself. He didn't tell me his name. He didn't, you know, hey, thanks for driving, nothing. Very first thing out of his mouth was, "Hey, man, I'm relying on you because I don't know anything about boats." To which I don't even know how the correlation between my brain and my mouth worked because it didn't pass through my thought process. But out of my mouth flew the words, "Hey, man, that's okay. That's what we do for a living. We, hey, this is SoCal chiming in from work." So anyway, the guy tells me, "I don't know a goddamn thing about boats. I'm relying on you." And out of my mouth comes, you know, "Hey, that's fine. That's what I do for a living," which obviously is bullshit, but he doesn't know that. So I walked around and I nitpicked all kinds of shit. I nitpicked shit that wasn't even wrong, and ended up getting the guy down to freaking $3,200. And he told me while we were talking, he says, "Oh, you know, it's got this weird little noise, like this miss." So we fired up the motor, and that noise that he was hearing was the little ping, ding, 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 ding from the 2-stroke. He did not understand what a 2-stroke motor was supposed to sound like, and this thing sounded fucking beautiful. So I went along with it, and I was like, "Yeah, there's definitely a miss. Something's definitely wrong in there." I said, "Tell you what, let me call my shop. I want to talk to my lead mechanic real quick in my shop and see what he thinks." So I made a fake phone call to nobody. I went and sat in my truck and pretended to be on the phone for a good 15, 20 minutes. And I made sure that he could hear me on apparently my half of the conversation, which was a conversation with the voices in my own head, talking about how, yeah, it's got a miss and it's got this and it's got that. And, you know, what do you think? Are you guys willing to put in the work on this one? And I told the guy, I got out of my truck and I said, you know, my crew, I talked to my lead mechanic and he says, you don't think it's worth the money. He says, $3,000 is way too much for a boat that has a miss like that on a motor that old. He says, there's probably not even parts available, which is a Johnson. So, you know, you can get parts anywhere. He says, but it, you know, I told him, I said, it's going to need a complete rebuild, and we're looking at thousands of dollars in rebuilding the motor. And I ended up talking the guy down even more. And he was really hemming and hawing about like not wanting to drop down anymore in price. And I was like, well, that's cool, man. It's, you know, it's not a big deal to us because I said, you know, I got to drag it all the way over there. I got to go through the California inspections and all the hassle to get it registered in California, which is not really bad for a boat. It's pretty much going to the DMV, give them the paperwork, and they give you the registration. But this dude had no clue what he's talking about, so I freaking jewed him down on the price by over half of what he was originally asking. And we got it home, got it out in the water, and found out, yeah, indeed, some of those issues were actually pretty legit. It was missing. Now, it was not missing while it was an idle in the guy's driveway. However, once we got it on the water, I found out it was missing. Turned out the carbs were completely screwed up. He had somebody try to apparently adjust the carburetors, and they were completely off because this is twin carb. Carbs were completely out of sync, completely off. They were good enough and close enough that they would run at idle out of the water. As soon as you put a load on it, they would start acting up. So it would spit and sputter and all kinds of shit. So I took it in to one of the local shops here. Told them, I said, hey, I need the carbs cleaned, and whatever needs to be replaced, rebuild basically the carbs, which they didn't do. They noticed there was a little miss, so they changed the coil pack, which is also called the power pack. That's what distributes the power to your spark plugs, basically. So they changed that. I took the boat out on the water, had the same issue. So called them back. They said, bring it back in. This time they rebuilt the carbs. Well, they called me up, said, hey, it's done. Everything's good. I go pick the boat up, get it out on the water, and it's running a little funny still. So I called them up, and I'm like, hey, look, this is the third time now I've had to call Vessel Assist to tow my boat off of the lake. And the guy's like, oh, bring it back. And I said, I don't want to bring it back to you guys. I've brought it back to you guys twice now. This is the second time you've had it. And this is now the second time I've called Vessel Assist the day I've got it out of your shop. So the guy had decided to refund my money. So I got like 80% of my money back for the work that was done. Come home, check it out. Come to find out, one of my plug wires was shorted. So changed the plug wire out. Now this thing runs like a freaking dream, except for the fact time I was out, there's a wiring issue. Now, somebody had wired up the old finder and messed with the all the factory wiring to get that in there. So somewhere in the wiring is a short, which I found out the hard way, has been draining my battery. So I get out on the lake and I'm fishing. Everything's good. I get to the spot I want to fish. I anchor up. I turn the motor off because I don't have a trolling motor because it fell off on the lake, which was another issue. So got to restart the boat. And the battery was dead. So ended up a couple really nice guys on the lake. A couple of other fishermen stopped. Guy ended up having a jumper box, gave me a jump. I was able to get the boat back going. Got going, cruising the lake. Figured I'd drive around the lake for a little bit, charge the battery back up, and I ran over a rope that I did not see. Apparently, it was just below the surface, but I ran over a rope from somebody's anchor line that they had lost. They got their anchor snagged up and apparently couldn't get it out, so they just cut the rope and threw it off the boat. Well, I sucked that up into the prop, killed the motor. Wouldn't restart because the battery was dead. So I ended up getting towed in, and as I'm doing my final walk around, making sure everything's strapped down on the trailer properly so I could tow it home, I noticed that the right-hand tire on the trailer, the whole freaking sidewall was split and ready to completely come apart. So I had to limp home with the trailer and haven't been out in the boat since because of all those issues. The battery, it's a marine battery, so they're made to, go all the way down to zero charge and then recharge and then back down to zero. That's what the marine batteries are made for. I need to get a second battery in the boat, just for a backup battery. And then I think I'm going to get like a little 12-volt motorcycle battery to run the fish finder off of. So everything will be on its separate shit, and I won't have to worry about the main starting battery powering all my electronics. The gauges, there's definitely a short because my gauges only work sometimes. So my fuel gauge doesn't work 99% of the time. So I got to rely on knowing, that I have fuel, and knowing that I need to check it once in a while manually. But this motor actually does really well on fuel. I can get 3 or 4 good day fish, full day fishing trips out of a tank of fuel. But this thing's got a 30-gallon fuel tank. So, and it's 2-stroke. So it's outrageously expensive to fill and buy oil for. So, as we all know, oil's not cheap. 2-stroke oil's not cheap. And the really, really good stuff is not cheap at all. It's like $100 a gallon. Now, I'm not going to run that $100 a gallon shit because this motor is not built up in a way that it needs $100 a gallon freaking oil. Now, if it was built like my old race bikes, then yeah, absolutely, I'm running freaking racing fuel and, the most expensive, best oil I can get. But this is just a little bass boat. So, break out another 1,000? No, it's actually bankruptcy on a trailer is the proper term. Bankruptcy on a trailer. Now, this old 2-stroke that I have on here, this thing will run forever with good proper maintenance. It's got a 130 horse Johnson motor on the back. This is an 18-foot boat. So that 130 horse pushes this thing pretty good. It only tops out about 45, 50 miles an hour. But honestly, why do I need to go any faster than that on these lakes out here in California? They're tiny. By the time I get all the way up into the top end, I got to slow down anyway because I'm already at the other side of the lake. Most of our lakes out here have a speed limit of 10 to 15 miles an hour, with the exception of one lake, which has a water area in it. And, there the speed limit is don't be a dick, basically. So, but I'm not water skiing. I'm not going to ever be water skiing. I'm not going to pull anybody on a ski. So there's no reason for me to need to go. I don't need to be fucking doing 80 plus miles an hour in a boat. I need to be able to get from one spot to the next in the lake, and that's it. So, gosh dang it, I'm trying to set up my camera, but I don't have my tripod out here. Let me see if this will work over here. If I can just set it over here, that'll work. I'm almost got one full section of the bow to where I can, the volume is really good now. I don't know what happened. Nothing changed. I almost got one section of this down to the point where I can come out here with some alcohol and come out here with some alcohol and clean up all the dust and debris out of here and start laying my first pieces of flooring, which I've kind of got a plan on what I'm going to do because of the shape of the bow up here. I'm going to have to trim the flooring around some of the edges to make some of the curves and whatnot. And I'm just gonna lay it in, and I'm gonna trim it around the edge while it's in. I'm thinking that'll work out. So what I'm trying to do right now, basically, if I don't drop my phone, is I want to get one piece in. That way I can see how everything's gonna play out. But I gotta chip all this damn glue out. I'm almost done. I'm almost done chipping the glue out for the first section. So we'll see how it goes, but it's going to be a process, especially if I got to chip all of this glue out. Now, what I'm kind of thinking, this is like sticky back for the, let me clean off the camera here. I'm using the front camera, so, oops, there we go. Where was I saying? Oh, I may end up just going and getting some new glue and gluing down the sticky back stuff if I have to scrape every last little bit of this out of this whole boat, because that's 18 feet long, 7 feet wide of scraping, and that's too much. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out after this first piece is in. Hopefully, hopefully, this stuff sticks pretty well. I actually used a sheet of this in my bathroom for the shower. Instead of putting the little ducks in the shower, I put a sheet of this down on the shower floor, and it's fucking nice. It's nice and soft and padded, and it's it actually works out pretty good. Now in the shower, being wet all the time, with showers, feeling some reason there's a piece of this stuff that's not completely 100% stuck down. The glue in there will start coming up. So every 6 months, got to go in and replace it. But hey, it's kind of nice to have. It's like going into. If you guys ever been to a shower in a campground and they have like those little freaking rubber mats on the floor, kind of like having one of those in there, only nicer. Man, this stuff is just a pain in the ass. Let me show you what I'm scraping here. Let me flip the camera around. It's all this old carpet glue. So you can see all this right here. This is all, you can see like where I've stopped. This is all the old carpet glue that's got to come up. So it's been a pain in the ass so far, but whoops, dropped the phone down. I should go get my tripod and do this right. Actually, I got a bottle of water right here. I can set it up on that. Maybe. I should get my tripod. You know what? Give me a second, guys. I'm going to go grab the tripod and do this so it's proper. Give me 1 second. I just got to run in the house. Tripod's still sitting right by the door where I left it the other day when I went fishing, and put the tripod by the door so I didn't forget it, and I ended up forgetting it. But now that I got it, oh shit. I just realized my door was open and my gate was open, and I don't see my dog. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I got to go check and make sure the dog's in the house. If not, I got to go roam the neighborhood and find my dogs. I think they're in the house, though. I think. Maybe. Uh-oh. They might have snuck out the gate and I didn't see them. Oh. All right. Are you under the bed? Yep. All right. Good deal. All right. Good deal. Well, that was cool. I left the gate open and the front door open, and I figured the dogs snuck out behind my back, but they're both laying under the bed, chilling. All right, let me get this camera set up so it's actually working good. Give me 1 second here. Let me get it up into the tripod, and then I'll adjust it once it's in there. All right. Come on. This one little arm thing on the tripod leg broke and kind of pisses me off because the legs don't work the way they should now. All right, there we go. That should be better, right? That stupid leg wants to fold because that little arm thing that holds the legs to the base. Doesn't want to work out right. All right, there we go. That's a little better, I think. So now I can't see the freaking screen, but it is what it is. Oh my God, you guys, I highly recommend. If you ever go to Walmart, buy these. They're the Clear American. They're the waters, but they're like a soda. 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 caffeine, 0 sodium. But it tastes like the blue raspberry that I'm drinking right now. Tastes like you're eating a raspberry. I don't drink a lot of soda. I don't like sodas. I don't like, if you put a bowl of broccoli and a bowl of candy in front of me, I'm gonna go for the broccoli, not the candy. But every once in a while, you need something carbonated, and these things are freaking great for that. Like if you go in our fridge and look in our fridge right now, all you're gonna see is some juice and some water. No sodas, none of that shit. A couple beers in there, but they've been in there for God knows how long. I don't drink beer very often, so I'll buy a 6-pack of beer and I'll have 2 beers, and the rest will stay in there for months. Man, this stuff is so hard to get scraped out of here because I tried the heat gun earlier, and the heat gun didn't really help too much. But it's just this stuff is so thick. It's like you got to chip away at it and chip away at it. And some of it's coming up in good little chunks, but a lot of it's leaving some of the residue behind. But from what I read, some alcohol should take that residue off. As long as I can get the majority of it off here, I can get the new flooring to stick, and we'll be okay. So hopefully, and the new flooring is not carpet, so like if I drop a hook or whatever, it won't get stuck into the little latches into the carpet. So, but I figured, if I'm going to be out here doing this anyway today, I might as well throw on the live because I need the subscribers and the watch hours. So might as well, since I'm not fishing and I'm working on the boat, might as well turn on the old YouTube there. Oh, dude, I drink a lot of coffee. Usually like 2 cups a day, but which some people wouldn't say it was a lot, but that's a lot for someone like me who doesn't really need it. But I'll tell you what, I'm stuck on the Black Rifle coffee right now. That shit is so good. Walmart carries some of their stuff, but they don't carry the good stuff. They got like Walmart has like all the timid named stuff, Loyalty Roast and Spirit of 1776. But like their best shit was like the AK-47, Silencer Smooth, all of those. Mission Fuel, Freedom Fuel. Now their Freedom Fuel one and their Mission Fuel one, that shit's liquid methamphetamine in a cup. That shit, man. If you need to get up and go, the Freedom Fuel and the Mission Fuel blend from Black Rifle Coffee, that shit's like, it's seriously freaking methamphetamine in a cup. I can't drink that shit. It's too much. But their Silencer Smooth is a really, really good one. That's one of my favorites. The only place to really get it is Amazon carries it, or you can go straight through Black Rifle Coffee and get it. But most stores don't carry it because of the name. Anything associated with guns in California, they're not going to sell it. As a matter of fact, I was the other day on the way home from the lake or the canal. We had to stop at Walmart, and just for shits and giggles, I went in there with the live stream still going to show you guys what they call the hunting and fishing section here, and where you guys have guns and ammo, we have Nerf guns and BB guns. They don't even sell ammo here in the Walmarts. So anything associated with a firearm in California, even if it's the name of a coffee, is hard to find. And our stupid governor here, I'm not going to get political, but I know a lot of us that are, hanging out are both, fishermen and hunters, and we like our pew-pews. Hey, Grumpy. Gavin Nutscum just banned Glock as a whole. You cannot buy anything manufactured by Glock in California after January of this coming January. So New Year's Day, all Glocks are banned for sale in California. Which means if you're in California and you want something on the Glock list, you better go get it now. You got basically 2.5 months before you cannot buy a Glock in California, which I think it's going to get overturned by the courts, but still, that just shows you how bad it is out here. Some of my rifles that I have now are illegal because they're in the exact same configuration that they were sold to me in. My AR-15, I can take the magazine out of it. That's illegal in California. It's got the telescoping stock. That's illegal in California. But that's how it came from the manufacturer. That's how it was sold to me. So I'm not changing the damn thing. All right, I got a good amount of this scraped out. I'm almost to the point where I can get in here with the broom and a dustpan and get all this debris out of here, and then wipe it down with an alcohol wipe or something and get it nice and clean and see if we can get this first piece in and get it to stick. I seriously, I hate chipping this out because it's a pain in the ass. But I got to do what I got to do to make it work. And I could have left the original carpet and just been fine with it, but I want to put this flooring in here, so got to get all this crap out of my way to get the flooring in. What I need to do is I need to get Mrs. SoCal out on the boat, on the home lake, because the only time she's been out on this boat was at one of our busiest lakes in San Diego. And it was on a day where we had water skiers and wakeboarders and all that shit. So, you know what that does to the water. It makes it rough. And she was not enjoying that. Now, she did catch a bunch of fish. So she enjoyed that part of it. But she did not enjoy the rough water on the boat. Part of it was my fault. Part of it was I just got everything dialed in with the carburetors and everything, and I decided that I wanted to let her eat. So we got out in the lake and I let her eat, and we hit some pretty good wakes, and we came about 2-3 feet out of the water. And boats don't have a suspension system when you land back in the water. It's kind of rough. So she was not happy about that, but it is what it is. Hey, is Bob here? Hey, Bob, welcome in. We're just cleaning off the old glue from the carpet on the boat so we can basically lay down some new EVA foam flooring. It's been so damn hot out that I didn't want to come out and do this in the heat. But the last couple weeks, it's been cooling down. So I figured I might as well get out here and do some of this today. Get as much done today as I feel like getting done. I mean, I'd love to be able to get the whole damn thing done, but I know it's going to be a long project, especially with my shoulder. I fucked my shoulder up so bad on the dirt bike that I can't use it a lot. It was minus 2 degrees Celsius. So that's what, 2 degrees under freezing. So that would be 28 degrees here, approximately. Yeah, that ain't fun. Well, no, 2 degrees Celsius is like what, 3.5 degrees Fahrenheit or something, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know the conversion rate. I just noted it's like plus. I know that it's like with Celsius to Fahrenheit, anything above freezing, which I think is 0 Celsius, which is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, it's like add 30 or something like that to Celsius, and you'll get your Fahrenheit, or like add 30 times, I forget how it worked out. But there's a formula you can use to get kind of close. But either way, I know that negative 2 degrees Celsius is cold. Anything under 32 Celsius is cold, because 32 is freezing here. So, well, no, I'm sorry. Anything under 0 Celsius, because 0 Celsius is freezing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I failed Canadian math. The only thing I really know about the metric system is that the 10 millimeter is the one wrench and socket that is manufactured with feet, so that they can always walk away. Oh man. Oh, this shit is not fun, you guys. This is not fun. This stuff's so old and so brittle. It's like when it does come up in a nice little chunk, it's nice, but when it doesn't, it's hard. It's really hard. I mean, I'm scraping out carpet glue off of freaking a boat bow, so I don't expect it to be easy. But really, my goal for right now is to basically get this one section put in so that I can see what it's going to look like first off, and then I'm going to from there I can redo a bunch of stuff, like I can take the deck lid boxes off, set those on the bench in the garage and do those. But originally I was thinking of leaving the deck lid boxes on and just carpeting or foaming the entire deck of the boat, and then just take a razor knife and cut along the edge of the boxes to get access to them. But I think that I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. First thing I need to do is get this first piece on to see how it's going to look. because you never know. I might get the first piece in there and not like it. I mean, I think I will, but my goodness, man. It's like I got to hammer and chisel all this out of here. And I keep jumping spot to spot to spot because I don't know why. I just keep jumping around. I should just stick to one section. I almost got this whole section up here out of here. So I'll just stick to this little section up here. Get it all out and then I'll jump to the next. Instead of jumping around. But it's like you get so frustrated with one area because it's so hard to get out that you just kind of move on to another area and work on that for a minute and go back. But I'm so close to having this one section all the way done up here. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of glue they used in here. They did not want this carpet coming out. And yet when I peeled the carpet out, it peeled right up. It was like no effort. I got under one corner and lifted it and it all just peeled right out. But it was so rotten from the sun that like I can grab the middle of the carpet and pull out sections. All right, give me just a second, guys. I'll come over and get caught back up with chat because I'm gonna have to take a break from this anyway because my hands are getting a little sore. All right. Oh, my hands are killing me. All right, where are we at? Yeah, we got 6 people watching. Yeah, the carpets were well rotten. Yeah. Oh, Nightbot still thinks you're at the canal. Yeah, I didn't reset it. No reason to. We're not fishing, so Nightbot doesn't really need to do its job today. Oh no, Rod did that for me. I was going to say I need to take the Cash App link out of my Nightbot because it seemed like every time Nightbot dropped the Cash App link, people left. Oh yeah, I got cool new flooring to put in. This is what I'm putting in. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but this is what I'm putting in. It's the EVA foam, so it should look really good. I think. Let's see. I think it should look good against the color of the boat. But I got a whole bunch of that for free. I got like 6 boxes of it, 7 boxes of it for free. So I figure why not use it, you know? If I got it, I might as well use it. But I really want to get the boat 100% dialed in. I could take it out right now as if I wanted to. But they're about to start stocking trout at my home lake. And I don't give a shit about the trout. But the fact that they're stocking trout at the home lake means that those big, fat, freaking behemoth bass, you know, in the 10 to 20 pound range in that lake, are waiting for trout to show up so they can get in there and start feeding on those trout. So what I'm planning on doing is throwing some big swim baits, Huddlestons, and you know, those kinds, so I can get some of those big trout or those big bass that are going to be feeding on those trout. So unfortunately, it's illegal to use trout for bait. Otherwise, I'd just go catch some trout and nose hook them and throw them back. But I really want that lake record bass this year. So And that's going to be a massive bass because the lake record at my home lake's 19.4 pounds. So I'm going to have to catch a 19.5 to 20 pound bass to break that lake record. And I know that bass is in there. It's just a matter of being there at the right time in the right place and getting the right bait in front of that big old bass to get her to eat it. I've seen her. I've seen a bass in that lake that I would say is a world record. Now, if I can catch a world record bass out of that lake, I will definitely be playing up the sponsorship promos. Because I'll tell you what, man, from the Serta mattress I slept on last night to the My Pillow that I used to the freaking, my goddamn freaking Fruit of the Loom underwear that I was wearing that day, I'm fucking repping everybody. Everybody. Now, I couldn't have got to the lake with my boat if I didn't have my Ford truck to get me there, that kind of shit. I'll sound like a goddamn fucking NASCAR fucking winner circle fucking testimony over there. I want to thank fucking, Jimmy Joe down the road for blowing on my goats while I was away. And I want to thank, Martha out there at the freaking Speedy Mart that got my coffee for me this morning. Damn straight. I'm dropping everybody. I'm really hoping, to be honest, you guys, I'm really hoping I can catch a big old freaking lake or state record on one of Crappie Man's baits. Because I would love to be able to drop Crappie Man's name in the freaking interview with, whoever it is that's going to want to interview the person that caught the state record bass, So, yes, sir, I bought this on a bait that, this custom made freaking bait from Crappie Man Jigs, By the way, use promo code SoCal for whatever discount Crappie Man's going to give me for repping his baits for catching a lake record, which I don't expect him to do that, but I will 110% be fucking shouting Crappie Man out if I get that thing on his bait, which I'm pretty close to sure that's what I'm going to end up getting it on. But I'd love to be able to get that state record on one of his baits and be able to freaking help promote it, The only thing I want in return is that, Crappie Man freaking is in Bass Pro Shops that the SoCal color is added in. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll keep that color so nobody else can use it. Keep it as my secret bait. Oh man, this is getting brutal. I've got like a 5x5 area left on this little area to scrape out before I can do the final clean. And this 5x5 area seems like it's freaking more solid than the whole fucking other end of the boat. It's just a matter of getting the scraper to kick up the right spots so I can get it under other areas. But they did not freaking cheap out on the glue on this carpet. But then again, it was the factory carpet that was in here, so when they're making that stuff, they're making it to last. And it's not like the guy in the upholstery department cares about how much he uses because he's not paying for it. And if old Joe's carpet sticks better than Fred's carpet, then Joe's the one that's going to get the raise. So why would Joe care about using extra glue? Oh man, so close here, guys. So close. Yeah, restoring the flooring on the boat is definitely more work than I bargained for when I figured I was going to do it. It's not the part of getting the carpet out, it's the part of getting the glue. I could probably get like a paint thinner or lacquer thinner or something. And, you know, I know I could use something to soften this glue up, but, you know, Home Depot is an hour and a half drive one way for me. So that's 3 hours plus the time it takes in the store. So we're looking at, 4.5 hours to go get a thing of freaking solvent, which I don't want to do that. Plus, it's a lot of gas, I got to drive down the mountain and back up the mountain. And the wind right now is blowing down the mountain. So coming back up the mountain, I'd have a headwind the whole way, which is going to suck more gas down. So I'll just scrape it out by hand and bitch about scraping it out by hand while I'm doing that. But we're almost there. We're almost to the point where I can come through and do a final clean on this first section of the bow and start laying the flooring in. And honestly, I don't know that I'm going to end up doing the whole boat. I might just do the bow and then, wait a while and then do the rest. As of right now, my hands are hurting from scraping all this shit. I mean, it took me 2 days to get where I started today. So, and this is the smallest section of the boat. I was going to recarpet it, but I couldn't find anybody in San Diego that does it anymore. I found one guy, but he wanted like $1,100 in labor. And I told him where to shove that $1,100 labor price because that's way too much. It would have taken him like 5 hours. And I'm not paying, $200 an hour to install carpet. Hell, the boat mechanic alone is already $160 an hour. Which, if I would have known that back in the day, I would have become a boat mechanic. Then again, the shops charge $160 an hour. The mechanic makes fucking 15. So, just like any other industry, the shop makes the money, you don't. All right, I'm so close over here. I seriously got a section that big by that big. And it's right in the corner. But it seems like I've noticed that on some of these sections, it depends on which way you go with the scraper, which direction. And other sections, it don't matter. Because they use a trowel to put the glue in. So if you can kind of follow the trowel lines a little bit, it comes out decent, but not everywhere. Oh, we're getting there. We're absolutely getting there. All right. I got like a 3x3 area. And see, that way going, that last section I did going this way it worked, and this way it doesn't work. It's really weird how different sections will scrape out differently. All right. Oh, we got 70 of you guys watching. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm trying to see chat, but my phone is so freaking. Let's see. Hey, Josie, welcome in. Josie, I saw the freaking Walmart section he posted. That ain't right. So if you guys go back to my last live towards the end of it while I was in Walmart, I went into the hunting section, and I know that those of you that were there were like, holy shit, they call that a hunting section. And then Josie apparently was at Walmart within the last couple of days and did the same thing. And I think Josie did that to kind of prove a point to me that California sucks. And Josie, you're right. All right, guys, we almost have it. We have like a, oh my gosh, I think that's all of it. I think that's all of it in this section. Oh, I got a little bit right here. Oh my goodness. That came up really easy. All right, I think we got enough of it that I can sweep it up. Let me go throw this in the trash real quick. I think we can sweep it up and clean it off. Hopefully get the stuff to stick. Oh my God, that's like, it's so nice to know that I measured earlier how far back I had to go to give myself clearance for the second piece, and I'm a little bit beyond that, so I think now we're good. Now I just need to get all this stuff swept up and get this area wiped down, get all the dust out and all that, so I can get the glue to stick for me. And these things are self-adhesive, the flooring that I'm putting down, so I shouldn't, theoretically, I shouldn't need any other extra glue for the carpet or for the flooring. But that's why I want to get this first piece laid in as well, so that I can determine whether I do need to go get glue. But if I get glue, I'll just do that next time I go to town, which will probably be Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Because, you know, living way the fuck out here, going to town is not just a quick little deal. It's an all-day event. Like, I do live in a little neighborhood, but, you know, the only thing we have in the neighborhood for stores is like a glorified little convenience store that has outrageously overpriced prices. Fucking Monster drink there is $5. Pack of cigarettes is $18. And I live in an area where the vast majority of the people out here are seniors. The median age out here is like 55. So there's a lot of people on like fixed incomes, you know, Social Security, retirement, whatever. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Somebody's on dirt bikes ripping through the backwash. All right, let me go. I'm going to run inside. I'm going to grab the broom and the dustpan and something to wipe all this down with real quick. And then see what we can do with this flooring. All right, give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back, guys. Man, whoever's on the bike is getting some. All right. Oh, where'd the broom go? Oh, it's outside. So I think, yeah. Where's the dustpan? There it is. All right. What do I got to wipe it down with? I think just I have some alcohol, but it's for something different, but I can use it. I can use it. Move, dog. No pipes in there? Okay, good. So that's so cool. I got the front door open, and the dogs could walk out at any minute they wanted to, but they've learned. But I really don't like them out in the front yard. So they haven't been coming out the front, which I'm totally good with. And I don't mind them out in the front yard when I'm out here, but they tend to if we're like bringing in groceries or whatever, they tend to come out in the front yard, and then we leave when the gate open because we're coming in and out, and that's when the dogs decide that they want to go check out the rest of the neighborhood, which I'm not cool with. All right. So it looks like the vast majority of everything that was going to hold up the glue on the stuff is out. So I can get my first piece laid in, which I'm going to need a knife to cut it. And I got the perfect little scalpel thing for that. All right. Now, I brought some alcohol out that I can rub it down with and hopefully help kind of clean it off a little bit. But I believe we're at the point where I can put the first piece in. So I cannot see the chat with the glare on my screen. So, hey, Stuffire, welcome in. Guys, I can't even see the chat. All right, let's see. I need a shot back. I have a shot back. It's God damn. You know what? Let me move over here and go this way for a minute. And I still can't see the chat. All right, there we go. Kind of see it. I'm so far behind. Well, okay. How she's doing? We're doing okay. So I got a shop vac, but it's full of trash at the moment and shit, and I don't want to go dump it because to dump that out, it's going to be kind of disgusting. I last thing I used it for was a clogged pipe that I had to hydrojet, and it was one of the sewer lines was all clogged up with like sludge, like all the grease and all the shit that goes down your freaking sink drain, and all that kind of just nastiness um, builds up in your pipe, and it creates like a freaking sludge. And the last thing I shot back was some of that sludge out of that pipe. Oh wow! I'm gonna take the camera. Oh, it's you're not gonna be able to see it. Never mind. What a difference, though. I can already see. Look at that. That's what's coming out of there still. All right. It looks like I'll give all this alcohol a second to completely evaporate. But it looks like I should be able to lay my first piece in there and trim it to fit. Heck yeah. All right, let me put the lid back on this so it doesn't evaporate. Then I'll pull a new sheet of this out of here that hasn't been sitting up on the bow in the sun. Oh, that looks good. So this is going to be kind of a bitch. Okay, so I'm going to have two little weird angles that I'm going to have to cut. So I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do that because I'm not that great with cutters. But I almost, yeah, I'm gonna, no matter what, I'm going to have these two little like rounded triangle sections that I'm going to have to cut. Let me take the camera out of the thing here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So you see this angle right here? It's probably hard to see on camera. But I got this triangle right here. So I'd love to be able to do the angle first, but the way this flooring runs, I want the joints to line up. So what I may do is lay this first piece, and then I can use the backing, like the peel and stick backing, as a template to basically I can get that to fold down into it, and I can trace it out and make my template, because that's going to it's going to come perfect right to the edge of the opening for the deck box. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Okay, so I need to go get my little scalpel real quick. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. My scalpel and my Sharpie. Oops. Where did I see it? In this drawer? Right there. Perfect. That's perfect. Hey, squirrel. I don't know where my Sharpies went. Where'd it go? Oh, well. Good grief. I just had the Sharpie. Shit. Oh, well. Oh, well. I almost wonder if maybe I should lay a piece under on each side and do my angles first. But they're going to be weird angles. So I'll be better off, honestly, to cut those after the fact, I think. All right. If I can get that right there. Okay. Oh, man, I hate having to do it this way, but this is what we're doing. Boom. Oops. Don't cut your own self. All right. Okay. So that side's done. Get over here, get this laid in. Oh man, I barely got a cut any over here. It's right there. Perfect. That's gonna lay in perfect right there like that now. Okay. So now peel off the back and point of no return here, guys. And it figures one little piece of the sticky didn't peel, or the backing didn't peel off. There we go. All right. So boom. First piece is laid in. I like it. I do like it. So now what I can try to do is lay the backing in there and use that as a template so that I can cut what I need to cut. That's going to be a weird freaking angle. Okay. So oops, I went the wrong way. Okay. This is going to suck. Because this is such a weird angle. Because it's round on one side. Or it's straight, but it's round. It's an odd shape. Okay. It's not going to get me close. That should get me pretty flipping close. All right. I should be pretty close on the angle. So now, okay. There's my angle. It's not perfect, but it's my angle. So now, take that and that. And this is where I wish I had the Sharpie, but I couldn't find it. So I'm just going to freehand it and hopefully get close. All right. There she is. Let's see how close I got. Hey, my blade fell out. There we go. Wasn't tight. Okay. Let's see how close we are. Hopefully pretty close. If it's not perfect, I'm okay with that, but I want it damn close, you know. So there. Oh, it's going to be pretty damn close. Oh, that's not bad at all. Well, that's bad right there. Okay. All right. That's all right, though. I needed to come in and grab a drink anyways. I got that one piece laid out. I got one last piece to lay out on that weird looking little corner, and that front section of that bow will be done. So let me come back out, show you how it looks. It's going to look fine to everybody else because they won't be scrutinizing it the way I am. But let me see here. That's what it's looking like so far. So that should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. So I'm going to plug the microphone back in. So I won't have audio for a quick second, but I'll be right back with the audio. Oh, come on, get in there. Okay. There we go. All right. We got audio? Yes. Yes. No. Audio? Anyone? Anyone? All right. Right. Hopefully, I'm hoping it looks like it came with the boat. Um, that little corner piece, I'll show you. I don't like that little corner piece. But there's not much I can do about it because of the way it's. But you can see how the pattern kind of changes right here. But it'll be fine for what I need it to do. I just need to be able to use the boat and not burn my feet, because I like to fish barefoot quite a lot. So, all right, now let me take this piece back over there and see if I can use the rest of that piece for this other corner and see what happens. I'm going to set the phone up. I need shade for my phone. Let me see. Let me flip the camera around. I'll set it over here, kind of in the shade a little bit. I don't know how well. I can't really see that right there, though. All right. Oh, whoa. Carbonation up the nostrils. Okay, so that piece. See, there's this weird little corner that just doesn't work. So what I need to do is a template again. Okay. Okay. This is not going to be the perfect template, but it's going to work. All right. And I'll do the same thing here. I bet you I can use this same corner. Okay. And I should already have the angle, I believe. We'll find out right now. We'll find out right now how close it is, how that's going to be off by a lot, but we should be okay. I should be able to use this and shape it into there. I hope. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That will work. And it kept the diamond pattern the same way. So what did I do different here than I did over there? Okay. So I need to No, that's straight. Why does it not look straight? It's a little bit not straight, but realistically, what I could do is, even though it's not perfectly straight, I could lay it in there like this, and I could cut. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of try to cheat it, and this is either going to really help me or it's really going to screw up the whole thing, and I'm going to have to start over. Hopefully, I'm able to make it help me and not have to start over. Because what I'm going to try to do is, even though this piece is a little bit off, if I lay it in there just right, I can get it to lay in to where I can cut a seam. I can cut a seam so that the two pieces overlap perfectly. Or I can just do this. I can just roll this edge up nice and tight as I go. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Get that nice and super tight as I go up there. I'm going to cut off the excess up the rail. Okay, so now let me make this cut. Oops, a little crooked right there. Boom. There we go. That ain't so bad. It ain't perfect, but it ain't bad. This little piece has got to be cut in. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, it's almost like I freaking had an idea of what I was doing. I watched a YouTube video. All right, so there's that first section. Let me get all this crap off of here, and I'll show you guys what that first section came out looking like. It's actually not bad for a dude that's never done this before. Get this tucked down. Actually, let me get this cut. There we go. That should, it'll come out. Come on, come out of there. Come on. I'm worried over here worrying about like microscopic shit that I shouldn't be worried about. Fuck it. All right. Yeah. All right. That's not bad, really. It really isn't bad. Whoa, for a guy that's never done this before. All right. That worked out perfectly on this side. All right, check this out, guys. Here we go. How's that? How's that look? You can see the seam, but there's not really much I can do about the seams. I mean, I could have, I could have made the seams perfect and all that shit, but I'm not worried about perfection here. This is an old ass boat. It's a 96, 97. And I'm not out there for a goddamn fashion show. I'm out there to catch a fucking bass. And the bass don't give a shit about what it looks like. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that you think that was the right color choice on the flooring, the gray with the blue boat? I kind of like blue and gray. Hey, hurrah! Welcome in. Yeah, the seams are, well, the seams I'm not worried about. They're not going to come up. It's just the fact that you can see right here, perfect example, where the patterning is different because of that weird angle. But over there, see, from this angle, it's not really noticeable, you know, looking across it. And you're not going to notice it if you're just looking at the boat, you know, if you're just like taking a glance. But you can see right here, I had to cut down, you know, here's the seam line right here. You can see it. And it's just weird looking how like half of the one diamond got cut off. But this is the full sheet right here. So that half of that diamond was already cut off anyway on the end of the full sheet. Same thing over here. So it's not like I could do anything about that, you know. But this is gonna work. This is absolutely gonna work. So now what I got to do is finish scraping all the rest of the carpet off the boat. I got the one box over there that's done. All the shit's on top of it right now. But I still got the whole freaking rest of the floor on the boat to do. So yeah, I mean, I'll see it. I see it. But, you know, I'm not out, like I said, I'm not out there for a fashion show. I'm not out there to freaking be the prettiest boat on the water. I'm out there to catch the biggest fucking fish in the lake. So that's all I care about. You know, I don't care what anybody thinks of it. I care about, can I actually go out and fish and have a good time? So that's where we're at. And then I lost my goddamn lighter. Where'd my lighter go? All right, who stole my lighter? I had it. It was out here. I haven't gone anywhere. Did I hit the fish whistle? No, I didn't hit the fish whistle in the garage. There it is. I knew I had it out here. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a little bit at a time. I gotta take the seat out and all that shit. This deck box is already scraped. The carpet's off. I gotta take it off. I'm gonna sand the deck boxes out because those are aluminum. So, but there's the first little bit of floor. So we're good with that. All right, let's see. Let me go sit in the truck for a minute where I can actually see chat. Oh, my messy ass fucking. You guys, is this disgusting or what? Why is my electrical clicking? Something in my ignition was clicking. That was weird. This is what happens when I hunt and fish out of my truck all the time and I don't fucking clean it. But whatever, what it is. So. Oh, nice. 3/4 starboard, that'll be nice. Nice, nice, nice. So you have a nice flatter floor and you won't have to deal with those ribs. Hell yeah. Oh man, so this thing right here, guys, the dash cam, if it's plugged in, it eats the battery in my truck every time. Like, look how dim my light is because the battery's almost dead because I left my dash cam plugged in. But That's why I carry a jumper box with me. So now I really want to get out and do more shit in the boat, but it's so frippin' hot, you know. Yeah, those ribs, man. Before we bought this, after we got rid of the ocean boat, um, I didn't have a boat for a long, long time. So I was fishing the lake rental boats, and they're basically the exact same thing. Yours has just been, had a console and stuff like that added to it, and a better motor and all that. But they're just a little hand tiller, 8 horsepower, 14-foot. Um, Flat bottom John boat, basically at the lakes. And those ribs on the bottom of those things, they suck. And then the way the ribs are, like you'll drop something, you'll drop a weight or a hook or whatever, and it'll go in the little groove and then underneath and get stuck under that rib. So yeah, this camera definitely has a very, very, very parasitic draw. Um, I think it's something I can change in the settings. There's the parking mode where like it'll motion detection while you're parked, and I thought I had that turned off, but apparently not, because I went to go start the truck this morning and it didn't start. So I mean, I got the jump box. I can just jump it real quick, no problem. But um, thanks, Norman. Yeah, it's every time. And things I've only had this thing. I got it for Christmas. So, but living out here where we live, it's nice to have a dash cam while we're driving, because we're rural. We're like rural. Um, there's not a town for 5 miles in each direction of us. I mean, there's towns, but there's not a town that has a store. Let me put it that way. Within 45 miles east or west of us, you know, 300 yards south is Mexico, and to the north is nothing but open wilderness for miles. Um, yeah, no. So the thing is, like, um, with the my wife, really. All right, hold on. All right, did that fix it? Did that fix the mic? I gotta get a new mic. That seems better. Okay. I just got brand new mics, and I mean they work better than the other ones, but I just need to break down and buy a good fucking mic. That one Rod has is badass. Like he's on Bluetooth, but he disconnects once in a blue moon, but nothing like these. But then again, this is only the second time I've used this mic. I used the other one when we were at the canals the other day, and I think that was live for like 7-8 hours, so it just died. Yeah, the DJI Mini is I believe that's what Rod has, is one of the DJI mics. And his audio quality is phenomenal. So no wind noise, no bullshit. Um, the DJI. Why did I say G? DJI. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. The original mics I bought were just cheap ass little like Amazon mics. They're the Levithan or Levion or whatever the fuck brand they were. Like $20 for a 2-pack. Don't get the mini. They don't work with iPhone. Okay. But I just got the one just to see if it would actually help. And now that I actually switched over to the Enemy and I got the fucking iPhone, is it the 17 Pro Max or whatever the fuck? It was like way above my pay grade. but that means it's above my pay grade. I should get some mics that are above my pay grade as well. So, because as of right now, my pay grade is like, 0. Um, the DJI have great audio quality. Bluetooth is a bit annoying sometimes, but overall, a great mics. Just expensive. Yeah, yeah. And see, I kind of cheaped out on the first set that I bought, um, just because I bought them with the intent of, seeing if it was actually something that would be useful, and apparently it is. So, um, as you guys saw when I was up at the lake trout fishing with the wife, I was having issues with them, so they went flying. One went into the water. One, I don't know where I threw the other one, but I threw them and the receiver. Uh, so they're all swimming in the lake somewhere, but I ended up ordering a couple new ones, and they had like 5-star reviews and all that shit, and I don't even know what brand they are. They're Cinco, which is another Chinese knockoff brand, but what isn't today. So, all right. All right. I think it's too damn hot out here to continue on with this boat. I need to get out here in the evenings and the mornings, not in the middle of the day when it's the hottest part of the day. Um, I do have other projects I need to take care of. I got to switch out the back rim on the dirt bike. I destroyed the back rim on my 450. It's damn near, I don't even know how I made it home, because I go ride in the hills back here. Um, I mean, it's hard to see from right here, but um, I go riding back in the back of out my back gate. I can open my back gate and go ride forever. Yeah, I was out there riding and I hit a rock and just destroyed the back rim. So I got a whole brand new back wheel to put on. I also got the deer cart that I need to actually build, but my archery tag ends. Well, my archery only tag is already expired. That'll be good again in a couple of weeks when rifle season opens up. But my other deer tag, I only have until Sunday to hunt that. Until that goes into basically winter break, 'cause it's an either sex tag, so it's a split season. So it ends on Sunday, and then it picks back up on November 15th or whatever the first Saturday after the 15th. It picks up there, and I can hunt that tag again. But I should put the deer cart together in preparation for that because I'm gonna I'm gonna go out and get some deer. I've only been out a few times this year, and that's because we had all the bullshit going on with the old people at the house. But her mom moved out, and then my dad finally moved out. So we got our house back, and we went grocery shopping um, on the way back from the canals on what Wednesday, I think it was. We spent $130 at the grocery store. Um, Before that, our last grocery trip, we spent because we normally go to two stores. We normally go to Costco and get Costco stuff, and then go get the rest of the produce and all the stuff you can't get at Costco. And we were spending like $500 to $600 every week on grocery out there. So um, without them, our grocery bill this week was 130 something bucks. So with that savings and money, I'll be able to fish and hunt a lot more. I actually need to get off my ass. We didn't register our Jeep. Um, oh hell yeah! You do the Amazon influencer. That's badass. So now you can put links to the products you use. And, um, now, do you get a kickback on that? Oh, $100 at the grocery store is like 2 meals. So now I know I was doing the Amazon Vine program for a long time, which is a completely different than the Amazon Influencer. The Amazon Vine program is a program through Amazon for people to do reviews. Um, when you look at an Amazon product and it has, all the reviews, when you're reading through the reviews, um, notice you'll see a little green highlighted section on some of the reviews, like under the name or whatever, that'll say uh, Vine Vine user or Vine member or something to that effect. Amazon Vine something. But what the Amazon Vine is they it's an invite only program through Amazon, and people that do a whole shitload of reviews, they'll start giving you products to review. Um, and up until a month or so ago, you could go on to the Amazon Vine. You just type in Amazon Vine in your regular Amazon search bar, and it would bring you into the Vine program. Um, and you could click on, like, they'd have like recommended for you, which there's certain products that they recommend based on your algorithm and all that shit. But it had categories. You know, hunting and fishing was one of them. I got a lot of shit from that hunting and fishing category. Um, but the hunting and fishing, there was the uh, outdoor recreation, like hiking and mountain biking stuff, all the way through, right down to like kitchen appliances. Um, but that program was badass. They ended the way they did the lists, so now it kind of sucks. But I'm telling you guys, if you buy stuff from Amazon, I don't care if it's a toothbrush, a house, a Tesla, whatever, write reviews on every single thing you buy and try to get into that program. It's so easier for me to point to the people. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can tell them, hey, it's everything I use is in my bio. Okay, I had my lighter. Where'd I put it? There it is. I keep losing the damn thing. I always lose this freaking lighter. All right, guys. I've been at this for a little over an hour and a half here, doing a whole bunch of nothing. I mean, I did get this done, which just looks pretty good. So these boxes of EVA foam that I'm using for the boat came from that Amazon Vine deal. I didn't pay for any of these, and I got probably, oh shit. Well, I got guaranteed enough to do the boat in this gray color. I got enough to do the boat in the black, and then I have a whole bunch of rolls of it that are, I don't know, they're like 2 foot, 3 foot wide by, some of them are 8 feet long, that I can use for other shit. So, but they were all from that Vine program. Even my boat cover here, my boat cover came from that Amazon Vine deal. And I didn't pay a penny for it. And I'm glad, because the straps on it, I got this thing in like April, and the straps are already disintegrating so bad that they don't work anymore. I mean, look at that. I just peeled that little chunk off just that easy. But for a free boat cover, I'm not going to complain. It's got a little hole in it where it got torn on the trolling motor, but I don't care about that. I have another one in the house, so. And I lost my dustpan, but it's probably, I probably just covered, I know I just covered it up in the boat. But anyway, guys, I'm going to call it. I'm going to go have some food, go in, and since we don't have any people living with us anymore, I can go sit on the couch in the house and blow the fish whistle and chill out for a while. So thank you guys for being here. I'm going to try to go fish this weekend. Yeah, Rod, really start everything everything that will let you do a past review, like past purchases. Go in and write a review on all that shit, man. Um, Now they do charge you sales tax on all the Vine products that you get, but like I said, man, I've got the boat cover. I got a motor cover for the boat. Um, I got, let's see what else is out in my front yard. That nothing. My front yard's a fucking mess right now. Um, but so much shit, man. I've got so much shit from that Amazon Vine thing. So when I did my 1K giveaway, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, 99.99% of that shit that I did on the giveaway came from that Vine deal. Um, Actually, I think all but the one thing of line came from that Amazon Vine thing. Um, I got so much shit from there. Dude, this flagpole, you guys. I'll show you this. I took the flag down because it's been windy, but this big ass 30-foot flagpole I got from Vine. All kinds of shit from there. Some of it's worthless, some of it's not. Um, a bunch of the stuff that I've got was bullshit. A bunch of the stuff wasn't. But it's one of those deals where, it's you're paying the sales tax on it. Basically, what they do is at the end of the year, they'll send you a 1099 for the sales tax, and when you do like the purchase from Vine, it'll show on your purchase, like it tells you whatever you bought was $12.82 with shipping or whatever. It'll show you zero cost on the purchase. So, like, dude, this shade sail right here above me, above the patio. Let me flip this around. This shade sail up on my patio. Okay, this one's a 12 by 12, I think. That was free. I've got like 6 more of them in my garage that, was through the Vine program. This little elevated dog bed thing right here, which my dog absolutely loves. I got 2 of them in the yard here from Vine. These lights, these solar lights right here. This thing is badass. It's a badass solar light. I got that from the Vine, sales tax. I've got like 6 or 10 of those. My little compost bin right there came from Vine. All of the little freaking planters that my mother-in-law was using came from Vine. My smoker cover, my generator cover, this umbrella right here that's fell over, came from Vine. I got 3 of those. That one over there came from Vine. I got another one in the garage. My hammock, my little tree swing, those all came from the Amazon Vine. So yeah, guys, do your reviews. Do your reviews. All the bird feeders in my yard came from Vine. All kinds of shit came from there. All kinds of shit. But I think my next project is cleaning up my mess out here. We ripped out the swamp cooler, put in the AC that is actually an air and heat. This big old fucking wooden stand. Cooler was standing on this big old wooden stand. So I got to get all this shit cleared out. I got to fix the leg for my deer. That's my deer leg right there for my archery target. But like even this, like this dog toy, little dog toy came from Amazon Vine. So and there's the dog that fucking, he didn't come from Vine, but all of his toys did. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go blow the fish whistle and kind of hang out and do nothing for a while because let's see, my fucking garage is a goddamn disaster right now. This is pathetic. But like a lot of this shit in my garage right now that we've got the dude, all of this shit, okay, this is all hunting equipment up here minus the one fishing reel. This is all ropes and tree saddle platforms And that box is full of tree saddles. There's a tree saddle right there. That Amazon box right there has a bunch of hunting stuff. This is a box of climbing sticks. This box right here is climbing sticks, which are basically these, right? You set these up on the tree. You can use them to climb up the tree. This right here is an entire shed. These 3 boxes, this box right here, and those are a fucking entire shed. All kinds of so much shit. Those 2 still wrapped in the package, freaking canopy covers right there from Amazon Vine. I mean, shit, what else? Okay, my fishing racks right here. My rod rack, okay? Both of these rod racks came from Amazon Vine. This one's got 4 shelves, plus it holds 6 rods. This other one holds 12 rods. All my spooks that are in here, all these spooks that are in this box, these weights, the bells, all came from Amazon Vine. Here's the 2 of the trolling lures that I need to get off my ass and send up to. This one right here, I really want to see. It's a tuna feather. I really want to see how that does underwater, what it trolls like and what it looks like. And then this one right here, if you see all the little divots in the head, that's a bubble chamber. So it like basically blows bubbles behind it. So I really want to see what they do underwater. So I got to get off my ass and send those to Rod. This is another, all these little trout spoon spinners all came from that Amazon Vine. This rod right here, that rod, this rod, this rod, both of these rods right here, both of these came from the Vine. The blue one back here, I think all of those, no, all but one of these spinning rod or casting rods back there came from Vine. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's the other? Oh, the rods are in the house. 7, 8. I've got 8 rods that came from Amazon Vine, and they're all nice, decent rods. So, but anyway, guys, let's see. Let me put the camera down on here with my messy ass workbench for a minute, because it's time to blow the fish whistle real quick. Then I think I'm going to go in the house and do nothing for a little while. Oh yeah, smoke a bit. Who got them, boys? I need to do that video for Josie. I'm going to be sending Josie a tree saddle because she wants to learn how to hunt out of the tree saddle. I have a tree saddle up here that doesn't fit me. It's a little small for me, so I figured it'd be perfect for Josie. I need to get out in the tree in the backyard and actually set up and do a video for her on how to use it. I did one the other day, and I completely fucked up because I had the mic on mute for the entire 15-minute video. So anyway, guys, on that note, oh, here's another Vine product. This right here is a little monocular. Let's see if I can get the lens cap off. The lens cap's tight as shit on these things. All right, well, that lens cap doesn't come off, but that's a little freaking monocular. Oh, there we go. Be smarter than the lens cap. So, which this thing actually works pretty damn good. I mean, the top of the hill, I know for a fact, the top of the hill out in the backyard is 455 yards. And I could see birds up there with that thing, like cruising around on the ground. something like that little monocular thing. Yeah, it's so cool, man. It's like it's somewhere I have a phone mount for it as well. It's somewhere in this pile. Um, my garage was nice and organized, and then my dad came in, and he's very famous for digging through shit and looking for shit and not putting shit back. So a bunch of this shit just kind of got thrown around, like, out of the way, and then tools didn't get put back where they go, and he broke the drawer down here on my bench because he pulled it way too far out and was like, I don't know how the hell he did it, but he broke the freaking track off the side, so I got to put all that together. But this is a bike that I mean, look at all my fishing gear. It's just like fuck show right now. This is the bike that fucking tried to kill me. So, and up until the other day, I mean, there was boxes all through this whole area right here, and it was all the wife's crafts shit, and I couldn't even get to my bike. It's been sitting so long, the fucking battery's dead. You can see I got the side cover off of it. I was trying to jump the battery. I put the battery tender on it. The battery tender wouldn't charge it, but I haven't ridden this thing in probably 10 months, just because of all the shit going on with the old people here at the house. I couldn't go. So, but now that they're gone, I got all my space back, and we can go. I can go ride again. So I need to get that thing up and running. But let me come in the shed and I'll show you even more shit that came from that vine. So this box right here, unopened, is a deer cart that came from Vine. There's this fucking box of bobbers that I got from Vine. More of that flooring. This box is all fishing gear, right? It's all just assorted fishing and boat shit. Here's some little freaking topwater baits. Oh, there's that other. Okay, Rod, if you're still here, I want to send you this one as well. This trolling lure as well. This one is not pre-rigged, so you have to put hook and weight on it, or not hook, hook and line. But this thing is like, I want to say 6 ounces, so it should sink really deep. But shit, I mean, look at all this. All this shit came from that Amazon Vine deal. All of this is freaking. These are this is a box of tip replacements for your rods. I got more of that fucking EVA foam. Here's a bunch of rolls. This is all rolls of that EVA foam. All of that is EVA foam. That's another planter box that I got from there. There's more of that EVA foam up there. There's my baby right here with my sweater on top of it because I have my sweater in my gear bag. And this is my baby right here. Yeah, the garage is a fucking disaster, but that's one of the projects that I can actually get on and do now because the old people are gone. So here's my back rim for that. It's still in the fucking box. So, so much of this shit came from mine. This box right here, this black box right here, is a motorcycle cover. So, but I mean, like bobbers. I'll have a fucking lifetime supply of bobbers. Look at that shit. So, this is the fucking garage and the shed are a total mess right now, but there's a reason for that. Half the shit that's in the shed and the garage are supposed to actually be in the house. And because we have the old people here, none of that made it in the house. So now that they're gone, we actually have 2 bedrooms that we can put. It's supposed to go in there. Oh yeah, dude. You'll see the amount of tackle in my boat still. So underneath the helm, I have the dual console, right? There's the driver's console and the passenger console, which both have the windscreen. Well, I got the full windshield all the way across, which I don't like I do and I don't like I like the fact that I got the full windscreen all the way across, um, and I can cruise down the lake and the wind. But I don't like the section in the center that opens up to walk through because it keeps coming unlatched. So I was driving down the freeway the other day and went slamming open last time I was on the way home with the boat. But this is what it is. But anyway, yeah. So Rob, this is one of the lures I'm going to send you for the water wolf. This head right here on this thing is, I'm going to say this is 4 ounces, but I'm really curious to see these skirts on these things underwater. So anyway, guys. Oh, I also got my tackle bags. I got 3-4 tackle bags from that Vine program. So check it out, guys. Absolutely, without a doubt, freaking at least start writing reviews to see if you get invited into that thing. It takes a while, and you got to write a lot of shitload of reviews, like every single thing you buy, but they'll eventually invite you in. So Rod, did you see the other two I wanted to send you? The tuna feather and the other one with the bubble chamber in it. I'm really interested to see what those feathers are doing underwater, as well as how the bubbles actually affect anything underwater. So what time is it? It's 3 o'clock. The post office is already closed. Today's what, Friday? So I'll get my fat ass to the post office Monday and get those in to you. So they should be there hopefully end of the week, depending on how slow the postal service is. But they're specifically made for trolling for tuna. So, and this one, it's hard to see. It's still in the package. It's hard to see, but it's got one of the, I guess you call it freaking veins or whatever, on each side is super freaking reflective. I don't know if you can see it, but right here, this one going down right here is like it in the right light, it's mirrored. So I'm kind of wondering what that's going to look like under the water wolf. So hey, Grumpy Bass is here. Yeah, that's what I was. See, I wasn't sure. I don't fish pike or lake trout or anything like those, but we don't have them. But I'm really curious as a tuna fisherman who we troll a lot when we're tuna fishing, and the reason we're trolling is we're looking for the fish, and usually if you get one fish on the troll, the whole school will follow that fish to the boat as you're reeling it in. But I'm really curious to see what some of these trolling lures are doing underwater. So, hey, Grumpy the Bass, Grumpy the Bass, Grumpy the boat is going good. Pike bite on everything. Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully those feathers pull them in. And that one with the bubble chamber, that's the one I'm really curious to see. Like, how does that bubble chamber affect the fish and the troll, the whole 9 yards? So, but like I said, Rod, I will get my lazy fat ass up to the post office on Monday. She's only open from like 9 to noon, Monday through Friday. So I'll get there Monday and get those in the mail to you, because I definitely want to see how they're going to work. This one right here, this big blue, and I mean, this thing, you'll see it, Rod, when you get it. You can't really tell on camera, but you see how it's like holographic. The colors in these in the skirt change with the light. So I'm curious to see what that does underwater. But this thing's heavy, 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 heavy. Hey, Smoke and Grow, welcome in. Good to see you. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna. Well, I'm at 133 minutes, which is what a little over 2 hours into this live. It just created a bunch of let's see what I missed. Saw a video of someone using a similar bubble lure, but it was basically a surface troll. Yeah, some of yeah. Some of them are. Some of the trolling lures are surface, but or like just under the water. But like this one, for example, this one's gonna sink. This is gonna sink good. It's probably a 4 or 5 ounce head on here. The other two that I'm setting up are pre-rigged with 100-pound mono with I think a big ass. It's a 6 or 7 aught hook on there. Big old hooks. But I know that water wolf is going to drag everything down because it's got weight to it. So I'm really curious to see what those things do underwater. So I'll get those out. And then there's one more I want to send out as well, but I got to find it. It's in that box somewhere. So anyway, guys, I'm going to call it. It's been a little over 2 hours. And I'm going to go hang out for a little bit. I might go hit the pond for the evening session. I don't know. I got to go do a drive-by and see if there's people over there or not. But we will definitely be fishing 100%. We'll be out either Tuesday or Wednesday. Mrs. SoCal. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are her days off. So she'll want to go out and fish one of those days. So we'll be out for sure fishing. I'm trying to talk her into going out, taking the boat out to the home lake. But anyway, we'll be live next week doing that for sure. I don't know if I'm going to try to go live or not. I got 2 days left before my tag goes into like summer break, so we'll see what happens. But hopefully I'll get a deer in the next day or two. If I do, I'll definitely do a video of it. But I don't know if I'll be able to go live up there for these next 2 days. So anyway, guys, on that note, I'm out of here. Thanks everybody for jumping in, and remember, always blow the fish whistle before you go fishing, while you're fishing, and after you're fishing. See you guys.